Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect who believe in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai in true faith, sincerity, and not for vain glory. The Wadi Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson. Now, I'm going to get into the topic today is about how this artificial intelligence that is being pushed now in the earth is actually destroying the earth because it's using resources of the earth to power its LLMs, which is LLM stands for their language model. So in order for it to process information as quickly as it does and to scour the internet and get the most best and accurate information, it needs to be cooled down, and it uses hundreds of millions of tons of water in order to, you know, cool it down from overheating. And this is more water than people drink in a year, man. But here's the top. Here's the header for the article right here. It says AI may be using the power of New York and as much water as we drink from bottles in a year. Yeah, man. Even more. Because new AI is being made. They're upgrading it every so often, and this is just more proof that anything that these Edomites touch is destructive. Okay? This is Isaiah 24, and I'm going to start at verse 4. The earth mourneth, and the spirit of the earth is in mourning. All right? The earth has a spirit, and that spirit is crying out to the Heavenly Father because the ones that are in rulership right now is defiling it. Okay? Not keeping the land Sabbaths, or fracking, pouring nuclear waste in the oceans, disrupting the ecosystem. So it says right here, Isaiah 24 and 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Let's look up the definition of languish. Languish means, it says a person or a other living thing which the earth is living. It says lose, lack vitality, grow weak or feeble, and that's true because the earth used to wield fruit like this, man. Well, it took two mighty men. Look how big the grapes used to be. All right, all right. This is how the fruit used to be back in the ancient world. It used to take two strong men to carry just a cluster of grapes, man. All right, look how much fruit these grapes must have had. Yeah, man. This is how much fruit the earth used to produce before Esau got into rulership and destroyed it. So that's how the earth is in languish right now. It's not yielding the same strength as it once did. Okay? So why is the earth not yielding the same strength as it did? Let's keep reading. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Who's the main inhabitant who has control over the resources? Um, Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? Malachi, the first chapter. The Edomites. All right. And more specifically, the elite banking families, because they are the ones that have control over the resources. So under their tutelage, the earth is defiled. Why? Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Because the Heavenly Father has given us laws for us to enact to be in harmony with divine creation. But when you transgress these laws and break the acts that the Most High has given us, all right, things become out of whack. That's why there's this thing now, uh, uh, the seasons, they don't really feel like um, the actual seasons. Like, for example, winter might not be, you know, as cold, or summer, it might be, mid 60s. It don't be as hot. Or animals would change their natural habitats because of what Esau's doing. This is one other thing, he's drying up lakes. He's drying up, all right, estuaries and tributaries to power his AI, man. So let's read. It says, we know that artificial intelligence is energy and water hungry, but how hungry? A Dutch scientist says while figuring out the power and water use of chatbots like ChatGPT is hard, looking at the metrics of AI firms are obliged to provide in environmental disclosures can provide an estimate. Those disclosures suggest AI systems may have a carbon footprint between 32.6 and 79.7 million tons of CO2 in 2025, equivalent to New York City, while their water footprint could be 312.5 through 6 to 764.6 billion liters. In the range of global annual consumption of bottled water, if we're to accurately track the environmental impact of AI, data center operators must be required to improve the accuracy of these estimates, the researcher says. So this is just destructive behavior that these Edomites do, man. And they're doing all of this, and we all know why. Why they're configuring these systems, because for the great financial reset, okay? But in turn of them doing this, it's destroying the earth. So it says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned. And that's going to be the result of their judgment for defiling the earth. Okay? It says, and a few men left. Okay? There's only going to be a few men left. That's going to be the ones that go underground, man. And then we're going to gather them. The elites, we're going to gather them and put them in slavery. This is Joel chapter 1, verse 10. The field is wasted, the land mourneth, for the corn is wasted, the new vine is dried up, the oil languisheth. Yeah. And that's the point. The field is wasted. They're over farming. They're building unnecessary buildings on land. The land mourneth because the blood defileth the land. Let's not forget about that. The innocent blood of the Israelites. The corn is wasted. Crops can't grow at its full strength because you're over harvesting the land, man. You're supposed to give the land 7 years to rest. It says the new wine is dried up, the oil languisheth. So it's not yielding the same strength as it once did because you're not giving the land rest. This is Jeremiah 12:4. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? Yeah, the wickedness that Esau does. Matter of fact, let's go to ChatGPT. What are some of the wickedness that people towards the environment? Let's see what ChatGPT says. And all of this Esau does. Air pollution, water pollution. Don't forget about plastics, soil pollution. Yep. Deforestation, overfishing, waste generation, climate change, land degradation. See, look, deforestation, overgrazing, overmining for minerals, monocropping. Yep, to lead to what? Soil depletion and loss of biodiversity. And you need biodiversity because the Heavenly Father made it where certain things counteract with certain other things. For example, in order for pollen to transfer from one plant to another, the Most High made it so the bees could transfer pollen from one plant to another. Expanding cities, Look, yep. See. Overuse of water for agriculture can lead to scarcity, damaging ecosystems that rely on fresh water sources, and that's what Esau's doing, man. He doesn't give a shit. So that's the wickedness of them that dwell therein. It says the beasts are consumed and the birds because they said he shall not see our last end. There you go. So they overhunt, okay, the meat industry, over slaughtering animals. And there's gonna be a judgment for all of this, man. And that judgment is gonna be to the ones that are to the Edomites that are in rulership doing this, and it's gonna be by fire. And that's why we need this earth to be renewed, because this is the weakest age ever on the planet Earth. Hold on. I'm gonna get start this. This is Ezekiel 14 and 13. It says, "Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and I will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and no man, and will cut off man and beast from it. Though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver, but by deliver, slack it, they should deliver, but their own souls by their righteousness, saith the Lord power." So this is what's gonna come. The Lord is gonna send a famine of bread. Okay, He's gonna send a famine of the word too, hearing the word, but this is talking about physical bread. All right, you ain't gonna be able to go to the supermarkets anymore and get fresh water, bottled water. You're not gonna be able to go to Trader Joe's or what else these niggas be going to? Wegmans, Whole Foods. You ain't gonna be able to go to that shit no more, man. Oh, they're gonna close all that up. There's not gonna be any more farmers markets. You know, the farmers, they're already taxing the farmers for their seeds and making it damn near impossible to own family owned farms anymore in America because they want to control every goddamn thing. So all of this is coming for that big crunch, which is you taking that sea hip, man. That's all roads lead to the sea hip. This is Revelations 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. Come. Why? Because hey man, you enslaved the Lord's people. You shed their innocent blood. You you blasphemed the Lord here in America. You destroyed the entire earth, and now is your time. It says, "In the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that they should give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to thy saints who are the Israelites, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth." There you go. So you Edomites, you have a judgment coming, man. The Heavenly Father is going to destroy you for destroying the earth. 762 billion gallons of water, liters of water. What is 760? 201 gallons of water. How many bottles or jugs is that? Hold on, let me log in real quick. I'll do that later. How many bottles or jugs is 201? 1.5 trillion bottles of water. Wow. Wow. So let's finish it off. It says, let's keep reading. It says that their disclosure is extremely lacking. Yeah, of course, they're not going to give you the real number. It's probably way more than that. This devil knows what he's doing. Okay. Wow. So yeah, that's Esau's judgment, man. They're gonna get burnt up for destroying the earth. Let's finish it off with this. It says, therefore, Isaiah 24:6, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh. The mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth, because that time of mourning is coming. Okay? That time of mourning is going to come, and reality is going to hit. And the Heavenly Father is going to be raining down judgment extremely soon. So get right. Lord willing, this was an edifying video. Call Halayim La Alahayim Nawa Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect.